So thanks again, Neil. I think you've got a really good overview this morning of some of the very neat things that are happening more generally with Microsoft, but also particularly AI on the bots piece. And I wanted to finish this little segment with a quick chat with someone who's building bots here for real here in Sydney. So Wayne Acton from AppsForOps, thanks for joining us. Mate, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you guys do.
So AppsForOps is basically a platform that it automates common business operations, things like expense claim, timesheets, receipting, invoicing, things like that. All our apps are workflow-enabled apps, so they work well in isolation or really brilliantly together.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. So, enough talk. Perhaps let's just show us what you've got. You've got a bot here, so we can switch across to the demo machine if you wouldn't mind. Thank you very much. And you've got a bot here running in Skype. Tell us about what's going on.
So basically what you're currently seeing, the conversation has already started. There's been some questions asked, and currently we see a help menu giving the user kind of an idea of where to go, what he can do next.
So this is a key thing, right? This is one of the interesting things about designing for a conversational UI is if you want to have a conversation, then you need to understand what context the conversation is, how you can talk to people, and if this particular case, how can you talk to the bot? You've given us some hints about how you can talk to the bot.
So let's try. So obviously we need some context of who you are as the user talking to Skype. So let's try signing in.
And this is one of the patterns that we talked about, that Richard talked about beforehand, where we're going to go out to an external service to actually to authenticate. So you just put the user ID in here.
So today we're signing in as Sheila, giving it the email address. So what's happening in the background, it's going off, making sure it's a valid email address. They don't connect. I'm already signed into the browser as Sheila, and I can give it permission to continue.
So behind the scenes is a bunch of talking back and forth between the bot and the back end to make sure we know who you are. Now you've got a completely different list of things that you can do.
Once you're authenticated, it's obviously completely different, and we can start off with asking for a list of tasks.
And this is all the things that you might have to get done.
Exactly.
And you could be doing this when you're on the road or wherever you are. And you've presented these in the cards that we're talking about.
Yes, exactly. So these are all the cards. You've got different actions. One of the actions will take you out to a web browser again if you want more detail around the task.
And once again, I want to call out the fact that you've got a little hint in there that says, you can also filter your tasks by saying, show me the things they're doing for expense claims or whatever. You're giving people hints about how this stuff works. That's very, very neat. And you can also, you can filter again by thinking, what are my tasks for today, or those sort of things. Or you can drill down into the more detail about a particular thing. Now, I have to say that, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but it doesn't sound like Australian is your native language.
Not exactly.
And we can perhaps try a different language. You apparently also speak German quite fluently.
Yeah, so let's see if we can speak German to the bot, and let's see what it does.
So what's happening here is that the Cognitive Services doesn't recognise this particular phrase, so it goes off and says, hey, something's gone wrong, we'll try that again.
Yeah,
that's not what normally happens, but that's okay. So it'll go off, in the background it goes off and says, hey, I think you must be speaking another language, and I've detected there's probably German. Would you like me to continue to speak in German? But notice it said that to you in German.
Yes.
You say yes. And now, all of the UI has been translated. So, okay, now I'm speaking with you in German. All of the UI has been translated into German, and you can say, help. And in German, help is Hilfe. And it gives you that help, the same help as you had before, but it translates the entire UI. Now, behind the scenes, what's happening is your bot is running exactly the same way, but just in and out of the bot pipeline, it's running through the translation service.
Exactly. So now let's just do the same thing, asking it for a list of tasks, and it should bring back the exact same list, but in German.
They are, and including the hint, the things you can say still with the translation. That's very, very neat indeed. So let's just switch across the slides again for a sec. I just wanted to point out that you've actually done this not just, of course, for Teams or Skype, but a bunch of other platforms as well. Yeah, so you've got going here in Messenger and in Teams, Skype, and on the web. That's very, very neat indeed. All right, so mate, what I might get you to show now, we might skip the Q&A maker bot. We'll just go back to our demo, because I did want to make sure that you showed off a very cool thing you guys have got in testing at the moment, not in production. So we've actually got a video of it rather than trying to run it live on stage. So what's going to happen here?
So basically what you're going to see, you're going to actually make a call to the Skype bot, and you're going to hear somebody talking to the bot and asking it a question, and the bot responding.
All in audio,
all in audio, no typing is happening. So the use case is you're driving your car somewhere and you want to do some work, and you can call a Skype bot and actually interact with it.
Awesome. So let's just run this.
Hello, you have contacted the AppsForOps bot. What would you like to do today?
How many tasks do I have?
You have 2 tasks. Anything else?
No thanks.
Thank you for talking with me. Goodbye.
So I love this. Is very. I think it's around with a round of applause. That's a very, very neat implementation. That's very, very cool. So Dwayne, you and Sean will be around for the rest of today. So if you want to ask about how this stuff works, then please find the guys in the lovely black AppsForOps shirt.
Yep.
And I would certainly encourage you to check out some of the bot framework stuff that's going on with this. So with that, thank you very much. Please enjoy your morning tea, and we'll see you back after the break.